I see. A brass said the would you ready? A bro off air in Tina, Messi, and the echoes off air. But your contractor, yeah, good news, Nanny. Here, Sikan Tem, the Rio project, be a uni how cry be. If syndicated capitals and a payment country, say, Cognac and Sabatawamo. Say, or no so was seen. Say, when is Sicacrana, essence, I won't want your media dances. A Juma win a way in Tino. Only so as in a way to maybe a year of projects in the Kama. For number C 0501 257 588 0501 257 588 and 050 1255 129. Only syndicated capital for needs also now or how piano called down the piano. And which is maybe now one you may be a media dance here. Say, we are Japadi, be a say, Unyasi can out the two and a moon be an inano. Yes, indicated capital Badwam. Amasike bia na open and also was etimi ako kama. So friend number C 03022631445 0302 2631445 na only one any is also now called down na eto intra. Amen scientific herbal for one other roma a brass say in person mujimedi ne de bro ba make say the Anibet Trade Fair, a multi TV Christmas discount fair, no, day bro. Shall say, Adma on the 13th of this very month. If you're we are there, Nimia, a copy Kwesiada, Unia, Opeso, Unia, Bidija, a trade fair, and Tempa, Bro Harriso, na Brana Nimidija, a titanium bosso, Ope, Adriane, Ope, Antadia, Open Pabua, perfume, Ope, the Ope Biano. Unya be our multi TV Christmas discount fair, trade fair, and a chassis. If you're not part a no tree, copy my numero non soon or pavilion A. Anna, dear Massamna dance so can say, Ubishi any padrona, if you are here with TV show, that and what you know, I don't to phone, Nipper don't be babasie, na bra woody janum. Na oji when it was a brunya busuminano and it seems and the open stress free baby abekwa o free hankwa no afa ka kusia no afa ka kwa ansa na wati medi dwa bia ba kope and multi TV ya dia bro it's a one stop shopping area a trade fair enyuma ku ahodo ne nyuma ahodo nyina bi hia ho na ya didwa e de di bronya e ejuma ku bi so na se woni je won so paso beka sa multi TV fair yi ho a number C na 03 02 216688 0302 216688 and 0244 344 568 na watimini ye edija. I'm in the medical culture. Ya debi adane kranko. Memu baby ya no. Ori kodon wa wanebe bwa wana ibi yako so. Mabena mabeja fuedi John Bodu, incoming national organizer of the New Patriotic Party. Ekwane daho plane. Say delegates na jiatum. Say owe shuma wasum MPP amanyo kuna nimpempensoa watu no wacha. Oya Nelson Mandela bro wa hodeni mum no de ya amanyo sem. Nti ache se osefata. Se edu bre ti se ne ekoto aba idin ho adanse pa. Na MPP delegates mo amoto aba no mo hunu se ye pe obi a obesom obi a onhye mo so na bribia no ewiemu insumu ejemu anopawo anwumre obetin madijuma okwanso nkoso a na bibia di adanse se John Bodu ana ese modern as national organizer John akwa na what say
Medas Michia with the sound bite
utia bibi onyuma ntia
my those times before 2000 before 2000 that you call training of training programs just here training and I come back and so I could training coffee and of the over training on any discussion oh we as a condo so munya wotre oh you mama trans we are Benjamin house so we friend of sweat equity sweat equity or the sweat equity no na ejuma amaye over the years a home fast and
but this revelation the good news is that then MP for Bollywood boy farm about a radio gold no John so the sustaining political programmer na me odi obo ampone ama benyu ado Omujinemu that's from Radio Gold that time, you know. At least I have a background for Nipa Oye.
Sweat equity.
Anyhow, I was here to know
this is payback.
It's a conflict of interest. Honorable Swagger, Edward so what I'm saying. It was a bad catch at a warning share, say, also. Wow, small the sum at Denton Pesaso, and watching small the sum Ghana mine NDC. My Nipa do Dona, Bribian and I before Tenassi. Etinasi asem obusa manpanyin ni se ache say ambassador mehu say national service secretariat mehu say regional minister mehu say ministry bi na ne kwa mehu office of the presidency so mehu say because you never be ho a ye dey say dey tu anima na watu hu ana mo ama na ze dodo na nipa dodo na aguso eka say sana was eba so no so tunu wa chama NDC amanyu ko no so tunu a chama John Kai before elections no honorable a TV promo be about the president no he's one person he can really trust
and yes thank you so ogusu trust
honorable
but me gidi so no wait here
sweat equity
maybe I can't do.
Oh God, what is it? I see. I don't know what I bring my choir. Labor unions so the one who are to a merchant bank near 40s. And apparently a binary income era a Solomon Cote, also the Nigerian Chiraba, a lawyer. Some said a lady, I ain't so adjutant come find rather the a course or as a Libiano. In Seminole, I'll kissing and rather crown for each remo. Some era I wanted to ja a bring my coin boka cra I said Dominic how boka crama yahweh na ansana be for atnasi and wachi I feel the man paying that could for say afraid there abba my bread era rollers at the airport pa na oje fi mi ho na keta sise ne prayer one sem de o na wo beka misra enso here e be gina keta sise ne prayer so ni titu ni say wati waka no ye fro aso man Ghana na nkasa na baby a yedu no ya brobro so bia ache edien nhihye egu akwam na fa ne mfa nya adwuma ana se hihye be ne mfa ngu akwam na intimi ntusa e bakete hihye ne prayer na yenyai se brebia da no se udi bone a na ofa NDC ntumafra ana ofa MPP ntumafra na che se yade a yetwa egu ahwe NC na ne krakrakra no ya semhia say yesika semon tutu ne jeje mu a ekoso or public institutions no ohwe eye breakdown wa ha ebi wo ha aniu ebi wo ha asefim ebi wo so ahodwiri say yatena sesa ma sika sunu sei ehwie egu a ehunkuntabu no akoye kese ne kakra ye beji bre na akohwe nu adade court ye ba na insensimefa merchant bank any 40s hun sensem no nchiniwa a course or adventure course no yede abase ebenya mfonyina hwa yenhwe no yentempa na the course no ada ewo court se yenya de so a yenya na chese yatoa edwumadi so a enisa mse ye twense ye behwe mfonyin no ada de course ewo court no John me sha se fi ho no Mijiri say Uda should the merchant in sense. She said that they have to class labor some of the unions no can say na the yanko say the course of court.
Counsel for 40s Equity Fund, Tony Lita, opened his arguments by questioning the legal basis and the capacity in which the matter was being brought to court, claiming the complainant had no say in the operations of Merchant Bank and SNIT, and such cannot direct SNIT as to how to go about its operations. He accused Andrea Winnie of trying to undermine the work of the Bank of Ghana with his claims that he had not done due diligence in awarding the sales contracts to 40s. He also noted that no contributor of SNIT has the right to question how it goes about its work, as the law does not give them any such right. Another argument Tony later raised was that Merchant Bank was a limited liability company established under the Companies Act and that Andrea Winnie had no case. He stated how the suit is hurting the operations of both Senate and Merchant Bank, as well as Fortis Equity Fund, and prayed the court to dismiss the case and award a huge fine against the executive director of the CFA for the damage caused to their image. In a sharp rebuttal, however, legal counsel for the plaintiff, Egbert Fabel, quoted portions of the Pensions Act which mandates contributors to demand to know how their monies were being invested. According to him, it was strange the Bank of Ghana decided to award the sales contract to Fortis, a company that had been in existence for only 6 months, where other formidable suitors, including First Rand of South Africa and UT Bank, were turned away. Ebert Fable also added KPMG has been served as a party to the suit to explain how they carried out their work that found Fortis as the most suitable buyer for Merchant Bank. He also told the court Andrea Winnie did not need to be a board member of either Merchant Bank or SNET to demand to know how their pension funds were being used. He later described the application to throw the matter out of court as mischievous and an attempt to deceive the Ghanaian people. When proceedings ended, a visually charged Andrea Winnie had wanted to comment about proceedings in court but was prevented from doing so by his lawyers.
Tony Lita is telling Ghanaian contributors to the Senate Fund today that yes, just bring your monies, but get out of our face. You have no right to talk to us. That's Tony Lita's argument. And if that makes sense to contributors, let them all sit down. But you see, beyond the court case, let me give Ghanaians a message. Some powerful and influential people, let me just say my peace of mind. Some people in our society have found their way into powerful and influential positions. They are seeking to maintain.
He meanwhile had a message for Ghanaians.
The crux of the argument is about your contributions to Senate and your relationship with Senate. Whether you have the capacity to comment on what Senate is doing, whether you have the capacity to even give any opinion at all whatsoever as to what Senate does with your contributions. That is a larger question for all contributors, not just Andy Awudi. So whether you are in court here or not, this case is about you, long as you contribute to the Senate Fund.
Ruling on the matter will be heard on Wednesday, December 18.
Well, me say the akoso, but quickly, my main friend to just say, lawyer Samson Ladi ayeneni inchirimo de buy any fasine, and it's Senate contributors. No, your interest is being represented by the Finance Ministry, Auditor General, and that of Parliament, and a PAC. It is a new kumi and so we know, and but we are individual contribute to. Na ABS kese si edit maw on sa anka na okọ ABS wate ana bibi kakra wo ho kwan se ukọ asendi bia na eno no kokọ nemum such huge transactions ne there eyade attorney auditor general ho na PAC of Parliament na Energy Finance Ministry so I represent young contributors no your interest ntiname adma December 18th ye behwe atino before ebeba John I'm sure so I've been for you na what follow Merchant Bank ne Fortis ne hun sensema BBC Sabri ICU for so nsema ngudi abem obviously they are not satisfied with certain explanations bi as ne tejumako ne di mom tie ho kohia say won be ti egummontin so kura manchiremu aba won betu sa na mo
yo me das me say anopemeni agiye pa say enka ehun enhia emma just a contributor to SNET or obi aye Ghana ni na wo say at SNET investment bi na emunda ho yia nka be court nka ne papemo a nka sa unions we are omo represent the larger, especially people working in the public service omo ne wo say nka omo take up matter no when imagine the argument Tony later started, you know. Wow, senka nyame ampata na awuni nka onye Senate contributor nka based on that keke beto asem na twene nka based on that keke You better as a man. But we've been in this country over the years, SNET representing Yesika the Koto Hono. And look, we throughout the world. Pension fund, insurance industry, and the kita the world economy. But yeah, the idea and Tessa. So fascinate profile of investment over the years. A hot now be say the air cost will be more. A idea was say a tea nipa because Sabi ye this kind of tour said that chia ye nia hodeno nka ye de ebehwe ye ho won say unyia na ho na afi uka in terms of yare ne niema ne epiepie more na ho no mom no and because of bad investment over the years no yen to me my contributors to SNET sika emu edu eye when am chandra woman bi share me ono put na ni kun ye sojani or no under cap 30 no when you say man 60 Ghana a month nka na say every year no omo a year salary arrangement ne ma omo arrears bi nti akeka boma na ba towards the end of the year na akodoso kaka ne akodoso na bi do be say 200 Ghana na omo timi di a decrease kaka be say 2 years sa arrangement no etrembai ni kunu ewu weja emma ewo ho a ono single mother ona ehwom so na mechen sa maami say SNET investment bi na dreamu ebi kra my friends are ignorant po but they are what it is
me that across me Mrs. Salif the gati ono so no e dey 40 cities emma
ebi ana dreamu enra weekend may fa Kumasi na to say oma simplify sa 40s we are so much so that girl be na boy be na be kasam say or kasa ho kaka no say she men for 40s in beto merchant bank o on fa wade kitua en be say ma de kese men for 40s en beto merchant bank so na me che no issues na ye raising no ye bisa nchechirema eba no ensiso regulator na oye Bank of Ghana ebiana documentation there oma tro bibi papa yenim be utie de Dr. Wampa kan na menje enuntum say ye to merchant bank aye nyina esika wo ho no wo se de all better no as to whether be profitable or not there wo enfa ho wanka wo be protect ye no because nanka adentina so be microfinance say ni bank no be jijin go for sika nka efa Bank of Ghana ho be so because say you betumi a deceiving go for agi omusika ni pakwa edwane ni ntino you go further to demand say shareholders omu CVs when ehin na omu directors omu when fa senior members of microfinance for omu CVs ye the bad documentation the be bro be say who feel we are in the way who the be call police CID albem omu be check details of baby also what see eduma waye fiti nkwara brebu nyina they insist you bring it omu fa paper name bro back omu akasa and the be call Bank of Ghana. This is what they do for microfinance. Now say a bank like merchant bank a contribution and I dey run a bank say our problem sir nyame adom kra omo di ne kai ba ko decide say $38 million a car or the bank no obetua 15 Sunday ya obetua Sunday we 50 ananwa o decide say engineers and planners we decide say obetua it is obetua a car ya a car bi a friend no friend is a friend or no maybe son or no a car there into me what do be the friend so ya twa enye yi no when but nyame adom si bia ye discussion ya kana kuma o se Sunday ya over $30 million no obetua ni nyina it have a problem anything your problem anything na 40s for so no o ma mboa ho what's the first statement omo issue in say oh yeah 40s investment fund then later yeah the CVs ne your experience ne yema eba abetuja no kure ni ye kase o form company first unto any meaningful transaction but transaction require regulation transaction require say experience of managers of the company no there was some background here e hu be hia se ebe hu say be say what your company enra na wakọ mokola dwem na oni obi ekoye trans me efa me ho ben you understand but what your company enra na o be top banker at least I say me who say oh Dr. Abe a shareholder Dr. Ashiagbo ana Jobia you know you can vouch say our credibility although say a new bank no why ye dwuma wo baby our technology bia or dey ba a different because I also we share company na ye can asem no the problems anything
omo be di kind so home
you understand but we know I say single purpose transaction you can single purpose transaction because South Fortis bank ne omo flow to bank no a first bank and also one same different you understand omo flow t so bu to wie single purpose transactions are there auto wie na we now consummated deal now you can wind up which is legally acceptable. I said they happen in Galen company. Yet koto ye plane. Ye formosa Galen no because ebia country now we transaction no company now they call no eni sa ahoden na obetu aye sa transaction. Ndu obetu akọ form single purpose transaction company will sa country no who we business na him directors na ira now I come back to omo form as to say I come back to omo form here no the needed capacity you know e wo high between their runner and no untwenche and like I told you over the years remember statistics be last week say yeah 192 state-owned enterprises between 1989 and 1999 aye ton here no am I $747.7 million out of that $747 million AGC inquire diverse shares no am I $462.3 million Ebeka aka $282 million that is 192 companies out of that $182 million banks are a diverse pay 65 banks am I $65.2 million ye diverse Ghana Telecom 30% in 1999 and my $38 million it you are companies akese and 9 fewer over 178 companies are ye diverse between 1989 to 1999 am I less than $182 million and you can mention the companies Guinness Ghana Limited, Farm Milk, Tema Food Complex, Atlantic Hotel, Star Hotel, Ambassador Hotel, African Timber, Dunkwa Goldfields, Kumasi Furniture, in Sawam Canary, Tema Shipyard and Drag Dock, Ghana Film Industry, Meridian Hotel, Wire and Metal Production Limited, Gold Films Limited, Ashanti Goldfields, in Koko Rata. You can mention them. We've not gotten the worth of what's that? From World Bank and Diversity Implementation Committee. Who's your book? Okay. From World Bank and Diversity Implementation Committee documents. We call Diversity Teacher Implementation Committee. The documents are there. We've not gotten the work. in many cases no you should that run a company in down now at Titia Pansam who's a company our branches was to say a friend is saying State Fishing Corporation you're running it down so much say we can now dear water man we na ye diamano dear water crade now we were fasting akoto dear one cry now we na GNTC you're running it down so much who's a normal war a lot of branches throughout the country you anton GNTC as a whole we say me pay we are no akofa we who's a do baby 31st December how many GNTC akun wo Laboni and this is how we've run our country with all the snake board omunim school ko akese experience this is what we are getting out of their experience it say emraso na me de say workers union enja ma yen kwa obu jama yen na yen so yan so ma diaton we want clarity there have me kakra wo topic na me hu ye no and say labor union to scuttle merchant bank for this deal. Minjidi said the purpose of it is to scuttle it. The purpose of it is to throw light on what it is. Say due diligence. I also Bank of Ghana here. Due diligence. I also because merchant bank directors, no, almost all are almost key in the discussion. No, Oma resign. Managing director resign. Board chairman resign. Because they were giving documents within a very short time, no, they will say almost sign. Intimacy. I can forward baby say. Dimbo into me etete ontoma. The ekosi say Oma hwe anso anu a no mo yes say your power snake board and the storm say mo Kwame Pepra look Kwame Pepra be yes snake board chairman ye share say what Atlantic Bank yaton who dey say the ekoso no say the air kan omuntie na omo ma clarity in what is going on who bet me aton ne say di 50 years that matter will be revisited. 100 years because who believe say wa ben munti na wo be yes aban de ti bia be sesa de ti bia be sesa because here can Fortis Bank indicate say or Fortis Investment Fund said they are going to run a lean administration in Merchant Bank. Omo ye adwuma wo Merchant Bank no package ben na wo dey ato for them. Look, all these companies are making hundreds of people and omu jobs. Omuma and omu dependents. Some of them have not survived as we speak now. Say, you Ghana ha. You're printing. Omu sika Ghana. Printing industry, very lucrative. It is a war. Bibiti said those are near war. Ghana Publishing Corporation. Your assembly press. Aban publishing nyamasi obia wa Ghana ha. Printing job is the most lucrative job in this country. In the head then Ghana Publishing it will be good. Papa ye juma ho. Your father to work there. In your obey home papa. But me papa no a union leader or. You understand? But the place was systematically run down. Because job is lucrative, no. Young fan call near the accommodate before fraud. Omo ye juma ma banya, omo de omo ye ma ba ban tiaka. No, it's sad. Minia. All these companies are Google. Yes, some of them may have difficulties here and there. But some of them, because of your politics are yeah. Obi on your feet. Near the Nakotana board, no so. Board near the Niama buy was a share procurement. Near say, oh, Obi orders from above. Yeah, they are running all these companies down. And it is not only MDC are buying. MPP buying also. Some of them happened. So, now, who am I? Who need control over your economy? It's now who are your budget. Your total GDP as a country over 100 billion Ghana cedis.
total GDP.
Yeah, total GDP. Over 100 billion Ghana cedis. But in Sika, to me, through internally generated income, less than 30 billion. That's around 26.4 billion Ghana cedis. What it means is that, one, informal sector is large. You informalizing and to me who Sika Omunyana. Foreigners in our economy, non-indigenous businesses. Because the major contributor of our GDP is service sector. Sikano bebre telecoms. Emba enya odia. It is enka your industries ni companies are viable. Inka wo GDP na so Sikani bin so beba obotom. Na ho kire bebre aban e kan wasem.
Eswati.
Aye nyina no ye complain no. Eswati nti me de mani agiye pa. Say unions o mo represent here no. Ede omo ho jim masa umiemu a umie onsem a na ebum anamba
1760 text message line John Fetcher I did enwudo
obi basia this is a public interest issue intino akwan bi aso medical chia etifo no mo ehwe Badwam we share passionate John de Casa. It is for me that is how I expect all of us to speak, rather than to take that partisan approach. And I said who cannot accept me, come free a party's perspective to run one party down to see if we can project ourselves. And nona ama asemno could do platform biswa depending on who is represented on that platform na a take form bia na senya will be here for and na will be here against. But when you hear analysis like this, you are boxed into line. And I said, not box. I don't like to box. No, I say a KG. You are whipped into line. What I said, then you want to stay with the objectivities of the issues. Yes. Look at what woman say. Every state contribute. Omusika any year. And I say, yeah, pound for say, omuheso. But again, the law now establish Senate no. Emma no amodin bi say at any point in time, yet the running of Senate a share the pakubi ensa. Inti ye this adjuvant show monsa ye pow sabi the father mo ebema nyansa ani akwankyere e de ama company no na ya pow obi a ono so eda no a sa akwankyere no obehwe so e de aye adwuma who is the director general and have a board. Again, the board no so no ye were representation. Our representation no it be a mandatory answer government appointees and so a background. The government ewo ni representation ewo so. And na ye work kuokuo bi so a omo representation ewo so. And you know it is believed say when you have such a full complement of such people on a board, sabi say nyina ya de ye yere akoshe omumu hoping say omo be adun bi omo be adunpo bi omo be fa bia no eye yen adwuma di ahye omo adwen ye ho ye pa hwese bia omo ye no eye no krogin eye de emfaso a ye hia anasa snit be hia yesika no ebetumi abɔ ho na dachi du mre a se yenso kakra ebeba be to yensem no beba emu atumi ayeduru a ebetumi towards the end of our life se be yare ni ahododo ni ne keka ka ho ba ebenya bibi ejina so
say GDA no ho dia I don't know if they doubt the outcome of omo team pom dia to omo represent your interest
no na me won ho problem
say GDA no ho dia and ni kwa say chini original ba
and no na me won ho problem
I was thinking GDA no ho
so and na me won ho problem but akoya say sabio me semeka politics inti enye politics aye sabi ene NDC wasonti ena MPP 4 years MPP 4 so was so some NDC 4 year so it's like
a cut across
what I say there was a time I said MPP 4 your money is on beton there was a Ghana Commercial Bank you know what happened it you know it's like obia pe niema bi mu krojin kakra before of course mind the tone na kuko be die kwa that's the question we should ask the chick the hen was at the end that lays the golden
legs no
beyond tone inti when you see a situation such as what we have merchant bank baby a word baby a free baby about BPM for me my candid opinion will be say if by the 15th
18th
15th
China question but say on me boatem no so 18th
if by the 15th say engineers and planners almost promise yeah almost their ma
Ghana for
a BPM now say yeah I think it will put the issues in a different pedestal. Now, say, how will that affect the decisions that have been made already? What you say? Media in your court to put the making. You understand? Because certainly, if that the quantum of the amount a better account muma merchant bank CCR, certainly its status will assume a different dimension. And probably by that singular act, it may change what's the right word? Yes, status. I mean, like, the Gina be a better. Will it be worth the same amount as it was without that payment? And now I say, will it be the same? Will the status quo remain?
You're suspicious of any.
I am not. No, please. I hope you get me right.
So you're suspicious.
Not at all. What I'm saying is that, Sabi, and now, Mikaya be you see, Ebia, alloy rims and chassis. You use normal rim.
I did alloy rims.
Nah, first, Nema be a maka muye de, and Nema be, ubi the bia bedroom me. Nah, and ra, and Ochana Pamatimi, I call me this alloy rims, ya share, a mammy fog lights, a mammy, a 2.9 model. Omo 2012 model be. What it is the same shape and everything, but a nim kanya no any front grill no. Almost the sound of kakra. Inti body need ye. Who got top sa front grill any new lights any bumper no besha. Ube who said the only difference number no na who say we 09 reg. Otherwise I come will be our 2012 model, you know, every look the same. So, but what am I saying? It will add value to this car. It's be camera, Oba and I'm sure we may turn X amount. Now, Obesa Bana sure because my year way, every way, assistant way, ma, so the same car, but because of some a year about the car. The value beats me across.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Say, if by Sunday, now says that transaction at me through, now I'm talking about $28 million. I'll be good merchant bank account. Will the status quo remain?
Okay.
Or will there be a need to arrange or answer some kind of negotiation on the values and all of that. And for me, I think these are the things we should confront rather than say, yeah, share, we now one ton a year now win the world locus. Andra Woody, whether he has locus to go to court or not, I think has been proven. Or a member, or I think the state contributor, that has been proven in court. The other issue is arguing, still say, as I say,
on your board member, on your trust.
Exactly. I don't know. Like you rightly mentioned, there are
agencies representing interests.
The mandate, they have the mandate to transact on behalf of SNET. The only party, as I say, who contribute ultimately, that's when ABI say the Amber at the right time, and I say Ensu, and I say Bibi, we should be able to decouple our functions. Now, I'm say because we are SNET contributor, and make me at any given time take up an issue and go and waste everybody's time. The other issue, Pacho, before I end, John Kasa very 30 minutes. Roughly 9 minutes. The what I was worried, I got worried about. You see, yes, so was when who can sometimes who say was you've taken a case to court, you have your lawyers representing you in court. What business have you got to stand in front of others in the presence of the court? Now, in somewhere, the other party in the case, I could argue or court no. Now, udijina microphones, any TV cameras, and I would him. For me, he knows better. Will rise it to an enviable position in this country, and I respect him a lot. He should learn to do things the proper way. Because he knows the implications.
But what you say your legal and political send the assembly
let's not trivialize these things.
We are unable to Pacho. Say Adiano. Say Gemu da ofan a menya sure say ekoton abaja pade na ani da ho wan a anka ma munu nipa munu bi no e be di mu achi be be oti
I don't think you are coming from
baby too baby am free ba me say ade achi nu aba ho e kire se ntiase anya adwuma o baby bi nipa na ma o refi hu su se oye obi oye manyoni a afi no ate no akoti ku fufu ni a ono de o se hwehwemu papa no ye ono nso gina court e kase ensebi ayehu na shechiri ana ema saa nyoma we nyina saa nyoma we ekoso nyina ekoso eno de odi say oda say court eno nkyere say ye gidie wo court ye afiri wo ye twen ahwede ye court beka
otie
eno ni ye nyina so
otie nsema na oka. He was commenting on arguments advanced in court. That is the issue. Argument at Tony Lita advancing in court. And I will be ababonti and I will come once. That is what I'm talking about.
The man in
he could be held in contempt. That is the issue. Let's teach our people who are almost saying so that a political case here court this petition. And no, the man who crying those. I mean, and they permitted it for a while. Almost call overboard. They had to stand their grounds for us to hold ourselves, and we did. Let's do what is right and let's do what is proper. Because a man commenting on an issue, but where he was Tony Lita's stance in court, nearly for a year or advancing, and I thought, say. When you and you're right, say because that one your lawyer is battling that case for you. Into who be push it through your lawyer, then let him do it at the appropriate place. So that and confirm so be a manner or china, and say, I told you at Andrauni in court now yet radio so discuss it. That is what I'm talking about.
All right. 1760 text message line. Yedi kind the merchant bank ne 40s who say Andrauni who say some so aba. Yakojin kratu aba eba nyoma faketa hye ne proye ho. Yeah, be hwe no was a political eye, but the be hwe ne say hye egu akwama esi ano kwa na hye ne mfa nya adwuma. Anase hye ni ho a hye be ananamo be ni bi tu a yibetimi ma bress anuma we ano so hefo pa na baketa hye ne proye nya manyo sem ankrankra bi wo ho no ma o say daddy pefese anamo mu tu de e bon ko so yintimi ntu anamo e de na ma we nyina ekoso ntokuro be da ba bia nipa bi ni mu take advantage a nipa dodo ran so ebre ye ba ibedi sankom 1760 ba asema kono John hajia fankarma no hajia yes I will review hajia
me review
ana o te hajia ya kwa ba ye ba
hajia madam Osima
akwaba ya dazo gusuti na gusuhwe bedwam wo multi TV so my main kind text message ma please tell Honorable Anaman we need light at Ndebula site of Elubo from Akachi Elubo ana ode we abrain. You see, when it comes to selling of assets, opposition is always against. Both parties are accusing each other of corruption, which means they are all corrupt. But a time will come, we the youth will take our destiny into our own hands. Okay, let them joke with our SNIT contributions, and we shall curse them and their families. Hey, we call this Better Ghana. I'm sorry for Mother Ghana. From Kofi Kweye Kumasi. Now the way about. Those who bought Merchant Bank will be laughing at the wrong side of their mouth a year by this time. Come now, Makwadu. Also, was mark my words. I have contributed for 30 years to SNIT. So are you saying that they are gambling with my money? God save our country, Ghana. From Dauda, or Salt Pond. Once NDC has decided to sell the Merchant Bank, no matter what they will, do not worry yourself. TUC, EEC, or Inche, and I also thereby. I'm Ernest from La, a contributor into any fund, be it insurance or SNIT, have no say or right to suggest or tell in which portfolios your monies be invested. I'm not sure, Sasana. Please tell John that he's my mentor, John Bodu. I'm saying, your mentor by contributing towards his winning a national organizer bid. No, I love the analysis of John Bodu. On my tell him I love him. My mother saw your bar no, they say here. So once the usage of love bearing there, hey, and then I love him, but I want to get in touch with him to get some of his books to read. Please read it for me and give him my information. This is my number. Okay, number and the dealer is Edwin. Just keep your cool. Mine, you are doing a great job. Dealer is God bless you. Okay, so you have a trade fair Friday. Ekopim a year 22nd. Kosiada. Ninjan say a year multi TV Christmas discount fair. I am very sad this morning. Is this the country our forefathers fought for? God will punish all selfish leaders. I'm here from Sunyane Yamfu. Omaini Omana and Namdi Jai and any encore baby. Honorable Duasari. I was saying for an away me wo. I saw it on Waterville, Esikan away. Nana Jaba and the Diwiaba of Tachiman, no Diaba. Woyomidi, our court. I saw it on Force Dig, almost in Chasenia Juma. It's almost like a print him or court. It's Kaya Command to him. You heard the court, Becca. Or say, I just open my TV. Hey, just open your TV. I've heard of your TV station there. Guys, I Adom TV. Okay, bedroom. And what is here? Snit contributions. One sense. What's the answer? You have a lot to say because Snit duped you. Hey, Snip. Hey, dupu. Ebi asika 720 na nkuyama. Sa ko office e ben bia. Snit nkwata bia wo techima no ko ho. Na found krata akọ na won ntimi mo na bibia ntimi enkosoma menye sure so mo say won no bri dichi ana om the 6 ebe dane ye 9 o si when so say assign merchant bank nyoma ekoso anko yi ntino EP engineers and planners has laid off all its workers without giving us a penny. We are suffering from K. Engineers and planners, merchant banks and same thing. The whole kind of say engineers and planners say, "Hey, mudu do na ID." Mean to me when the crowd they are they be. The kawa kukudra, nanka odi udini ina ba nanka kama. Yet me akin kama. But sana all kind ya. Ebehe se sana tian so hono ntino jetini. Bigusu kai was say furniture pavilion A. Ewo trade fair. If you are that way, multi-TV Christmas discount fair. You may call Hodua. Most money Jim Hosem by a part of this. No friend number C 0302-216688 and 0244-344-568. Now, Wabaka home. I said, Nana, catch a honorable say, oh, mommy, any suit no back for my Christmas gift. Catch it say, me don't pa. Na on frame we were born in the normal but the Lord is the Pastor Daniel na ka say we Pastor Daniel we were friend Pastor I see what
Pastor see to it
the pastor they go preach all right, I'm in for Adaroma. A feature to Pension Mujibedino. A de Brewa Nisa Intihano. Ye Jinaketa Shane Proyes, so she share a digu aquemu. Na ye miemui. Send Shani be water that the NSMC more Hujukakra. Quite many be faswa, a bit me. Ibino Munsu said that that political will, no, that leadership will, no, say, ye betriasu, ye be shembra, ye be kitty, unia oba from any party ashes with ye. You do be quaku jina, na mrani wa disi de fatana, a hono na sintoro, but also no ususie and say, oh, Mamisha Sinfuso, Mimpesi about do ako Kaneman Penny Cosign book of condolence and some of kind, because the TCU solution is best acquired dear my and progress in so bad dear my. But as on mine or man biana. Katashan Proeno, on fan share, and own two and a monster we see no quino. They be at no minor, or coinima, it seemed to them. Over the years, teach you free ya a year can be burum from 92 up to Sabra Yegus or Edijume. I dear Bakwako so quetia, ya can't coni puntuno. Now, probably in some areas, wrongfully, target more politicians and say, monomatia. I say, oh, mine panta back at a channel proya. Yin to one more money and this one, as Abiawe. Who should say, share na yin to one more, and I share no imoha, and I share no quarantine, out in share for big guacoma, you with him the 2 and more.
Some way, dear, be a year for a way, man. Now, sometimes Casanoka could do baby. We be say as so one for so say yes san can after me my parliament 4 years now many a time you know your both politicians dinya who member of parliament you know only the first point of call and I say ye president or no yet or that party I know Intino, and as that party there really elections or government, you know, on the dano, so it becomes the target. And once a while, it be a na swafo be once be basem na individuals and swab them. But beyond that, you know, people see parliamentarians. You know, you want to be a bar. na aji ho ne ye mo ka ne ye mo say ne ye mo say ne ya toda ye mo skaso mo fanko haida. That is the point. Parliament in so say nka sika 7 ade ko ye wo public accounts committee. Omo na ye dey sa auditors report yi auditor general ye no hu say aha nyema bi a ankoso yi wa ye investigations say na akwakoye. Say parliament endorse answer aye document a ebetimi akase ye crojin. In the parliament also come the committee course answer assembly mood to try to put things in its perspective. Na ya share baby anema ko boni na se bibi wo ha yetimi aye. Parliament the bar public the bar public accounts also the bar floor omo report near the bar. Parliamentarians ba be debate wo no. That's where it ends. That's I say reprimanding po krano ye nyobia you need that power sir I bet me at their reprimand you be and I say bia wo panyin a oda no bia dey no happen 6 years ago wo a wo ene wa be minister wo na say wo koyi ano e bi kra na nye aban na wo dom no na enye sa aban no po na wo so but because we sector minister until sa asem no e fa ministry ho thankfully no yetimi your council those days na ebia 2013 obehwa na yedi 2008 is ye hwehwe 2008 nsamunti many a time no nipa no bebre kra ebia ko retirement ebi ko transfer ne keka kan and as we speak 2013 they were dealing with 2012 accounts. I think there's an improvement over the previous year, which is good, but what can they do about it? Nothing. It's when anka. Sa report you call ye kofa ye friend saying answer that report no ewu. Say ye trajo, say ye in EOQ, say all these agencies under you can take any of these matters up. Now, the various people, culprits in this matter, because the details are all there. The people who documents are man forcing sign here, any idea. So if the report in Parliament will not give you that one, hands are no more details now. Who follow up? Public Accounts Committee, the source for all this, apart from a banner critical, say we hear document, free Auditor General, extreme. So they can investigate to the core. Into the institutions that are mandated. Omonaka. Parliament, ayana jumaye, on to me in Kotu being Kotum, because I'm running man on quite.
But that fear no so that is
no say who let's not my man in here. Well, we should
Ashishe system.
I agree, but we shouldn't make it look like a gloomy year. What stops the Ioko to go into nothing and stop womo?
Say ne Ioko which match abemunipa.
Master. Otherwise, what is their work? What is their use? Abemunipa anyway. These things we are talking about, like John said, public servants, people who are not politicians. What I say? Politicians here the nim and ebeji assembly fa. That is the problem. So no problem be see a hospital be now share aban as a polyclinic. Now here can one sem. Who will you call? The superintendent medical superintendent or polyclinic. Because it's not attractive to you. Or no Kasafu say try anyway. So you want to speak to the Minister of Health about a hospital in the first polyclinic will be a person polyclinic be a dinner polyclinic to be a now friend minister now no so afafo now I just so because me friend I mean I'm telling you the truth, not with disrespect, like disregard and not disrespect to you. My pet Nipako number. Remember, oh, mommy, 15 minutes. I'll find whoever it is. No, the number, bro. Call him, put him on air, let him answer the questions. Because I know the TSM, I know the name near Koso, I know the crowd, the source issues. Because minister, no, before you be seminar, you did report to be doing now you Sonia seminar so I'm an light. That is where we should go. Now, proceed. I'm into furniture business and interior deco. My brother. Yeah, for business purposes, you don't want to say certain things. In the moment you see that, politicians say less than 10%. The people who are working for ministries or the Viamicas as a man for share to be with that Casper. 10 cities.
There's an assembly in the
Then
they said to quite 10 cities.
Tazano,
cost about 20 cities.
As in honey, a friend say, all share shoe club, share sandals. But question if you not, and if you fear no poor man who, baby or no tiania or the renting, what's here the renting above $40 in your kick account. That is the kind of hypocrites all over the place. And then politicians are the targets because who politicians go see 3-bedroom house. Who bet think? So meanwhile, politicians GP or prudent kakra. Who bet you say VBB and you see that politician got taught as a baby. The next woman he makes him cry back to the top. Excuse my language. Say honorable you see that. This is the perception we have, and the right people who are supposed to be followed. Because the minister of the I see. And some I who trade dinner who politician be a deal. Because now we are going down to the core, to the wire. I know earlier maybe John. Say Yembo or say John. Say you no say as I can din will one yebebo. Near as politicians are hidden and so many a time, me a minister, I depend on the chief director and other sector directors. And I said departmental heads name your kick account. Me ba na say ye di bibi betu me ni me kan me ye ni me ye nyina. But because I have a chief director who is supposed to be the chief technocrat, decisions no be brave. I depend on the views before I append my signature. What am I saying? Because you don't have any independent reason and I say backup to go and check this other way, and at whose expense is that going to be?
Right.
You know, normally the politician is at there are there are no corrupt politicians. I know there are some who even orchestrate. They say we don't cry correct. They can pollute them. That one too is there. But we are talking about the ideal situation and how our institutions should work. Me na me Crawford abechimi, please.
John.
This moment, next year, Hajia.
I
was or per constituency treasurer.
Okay.
And the constituency for
Bodini.
Oh, Hajia Moda Moshi. Oh, I was not. Bichiano. We don't say mentanya. But complete that. But beyond that, them say, you see, Ghana, you be able to say your normal life. Say, also beat the compound house. Table or use, and in kunya, ne coal pots, and it be a crowd that is saying, yeah, man. Baby, no, won't say it's outside.
Cupboard.
A big crowd on fancy cupboard. It's the outside playing. Uja no akodao. But on jade one CD and 12 and koda. Meanwhile, see a fat table kitwana ba kwa. Obey you so there's a 5 CDs and not they replacing. A idea, we don't take cognizance of it. Yenjen ho. We a 2.1 billion Ghana cedis. A year, 20% of 10% of salaries are yeditiaka. 20%. Salaries put together, 10 billion. 2 billion of it, and a fire and sassy. You see how dangerous it is. We 8% of our internally generated income. 8% of our internally generated income. Then ministries, department, agencies, obi budget keto de koya dia no we inflate. Ade na was say 165. But church figures ni na total na no 265. Na de amana no de ko. Obi ye adwuma either ko pension and our adwuma no. Instead say you betro akoma bank. Obi adwuma o. Say you betro akoma bank say asumesi ana obenten eja adwuma no. Ye ntro nkoma bank na sika ne kogu na accounts mu no odi. Ye malone document wo loan o ka ye nkipu document no po na kantom ya hwe say interest ahe ena otua no monthly ana quarterly ana yearly na kantom ya hwe repayment period po ni ahwe kwan e be fa so a e be gisika no efi ni para ho. So one simple example kolebu say nkofo ye adwuma 21 months aye ntu omoka e ba ase ekotu amoka o Minister of Finance yes o yosi minister kolebu ma ankasa mu ntua before be kasa mu ntua no o mu fa list of omo a e wo se etu omoka na mra interim chief executive no ko fa list 21 month old list when ya daji anhwem say sa list ya medi koi omo tiasia na omawu ana omo da so ye adwuma wo ho esan say enyo ono ena otua se kono ena kolebu ya ne dia ena otua nko be ko listen mu ahwe say why ni ye fa ne time ben because ye ka 21 months na enyo mu nyina so na ye di omo ka 21 months
ebi be dem
ebi wo ha 21 ebi wo ha 10 months ebi wo 11 months but the list ne ko Ministry of Finance ebe calculated 21 months for everybody.
I say enquire wo. I understand maybe over 10.
You understand? For everybody.
Unforgivable.
Apart from say list no any 21 no, about half of the list does not exist. Na se kolebu mo ankasa mo ntu asika no. E hono no hu say dokono say be weji me kura doko to ashi no na chesa ben onu betua from the sika mu de ohunya safa list me check say we your friend say you know what can you imagine say with that diligence alone na money reduce from 625 to 250.
What?
250. That's just half of the money. And for me, the year me ya won say in Ministry of Finance hu sa no na kolebu administration hu sa nko munye din say ye tuagu banks mu
na ka
no entua nkogum
San America for your investigation
bosume so a bakra koyi yen sentua ngum bosume so a ni bakra koyi the fourth one as the third one ni enchi obunyina. And that is where we will come to a conclusion on these matters. But say sir, I'm a proper way of identifying corporates. Near putting it together. Public Accounts Committee. Onya daje nkomo mako. Onya daje juma omoye. Yoko. This Edwasari din home and Ajombo Edu din home. And they don't be acting 10. Because a more political flavor. Maybe our opposition won't no at some point. Until a dress are a baby, and 10 was here. It means the king, and the core of everything we do And nothing I get fancy car. And me do I was here this get fancy car no qua. I was say 2 salaries. Who to make us a salaries in train? Dina buy a bobbisian. No, they are good 2 salaries.
Even see a better was a better.
So,
you know,
it's America and say this discussion is very important.
Okay.
Na yentina say sabi adwen ni ba ku 14. Kakre ya kika wa hey. Say ya dey ba na be discussion. You will see that there will be a lot of solutions to some of these things.
John Bodu eda asesanso na orabo do asare so eda mo ase. Mo amogu so amohwe eye bedwam so eda mo ase pi. Ye dey si ha ye nwie ye.
Multitude.
And I can don't Campadu, Brunia, or do aside there, Cantino. Or what is said, no Martin.
President Simeon Maham.
I know your public service.
And I'm just saying,
now this time, 1 person, 3,000 euro, 4,000 euro. Mama, go far, so,
directive
no and
because the directors at me producers at almost on the carry message. But the employee, and that's one I crowd. All right, okay. Because we're bedroom one, don't